Yo, what's going on today, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, guys. It is Tuesday, which means tier list Tuesday time. Let's go. All right, guys. So for tier list Tuesday this week, it seems like you guys are really liking the gun ranking videos. So a highly requested one from you guys was LMGs. LMGs are kind of meta right now for some people. The AUG obviously is like the outlier, just ruining the game for everyone. But like, there's some pretty strong LMGs in Season 2 of Warzone right now. We're hitting the mid-season update, so hopefully we do see some changes tomorrow, and we can see some big changes in the meta. Nerf the AUG, please. But if this gets nerfed, there's going to be a few of these guns that are going to really spiral up this list of like top tier weapons. So I do want to talk about them a little bit, show you guys which one's good for your play styles, and just rank them straight up, which one in order. So if you guys haven't been here before, we rank them S tier to F tier and show you guys where they fall in. But if you guys did like today's video, make sure you guys do give the video a good old thumbs up. Liking it helps out a lot. Subscribe to the channel if you guys want to find your way back for more tier list or other Warzone content, and comment below what you guys thought about my tier list, if I missed anything, or if I messed up one of the names of one of these guns. I bet you off to looking at them, they all look so similar. I'm going to mess up one of these, and I want someone to call it out. I'm going to do my best not to, though, so hopefully I don't mess up. But let's jump into the tier list here, guys. I appreciate y'all. Let's go. Alrighty, guys, so we got Warzone meta all the way down to trolling, as usual. Starting off hot here. So some people love this gun. I get a lot of people asking me to run and give you guys this gun, which I'm probably going to give you guys a video on here pretty soon for Season 2. I've used it every single season since this pretty much came out. The PKM, guys. So the PKM, it is the laser beam of LMGs. There's zero recoil. It's one of the only ones that you can truly build a zero recoil build. Like, it's just a laser beam. Doesn't have the highest time to kill. Like, a couple of these other ones do beat it out on time to kill, but as an LMG, I would have to put it top tier viable. I'm not going to put it Warzone meta just because the damage is just a little bit low. And it got nerfed back in the day. If you guys don't remember, like season like 3 or 4, it was an absolute laser and it got nerfed a little bit. But ever since then, it's still a laser beam, has no issues with recoil. Realistically, if you hit your shots, you're going to win a lot of gunfights. But like I said earlier, the AUG's kind of ruining that for everyone. But just strictly if basing off here, put it top tier viable. Time to kill is just a little bit lower than you'd like it to be, but it's kind of in that growl area. Like, the growl is a laser beam, but kills people if you hit your shots. So at the end of the day, hit your shots, you'll get some kills with it. Let's go on to the next one. Next, we have the bruen. So in my opinion, if we are picking LMGs, I would have to say Warzone meta, because an LMG, if you're picking one, the bruen has the 60 round mag, which allows you to compete with ARs. And it has minimal recoil, but it has the fastest time to kill up any of the LMGs. So you really can't go wrong with it at the end of the day. Everyone knows bruen meta at one point was just like absolutely miserable for everyone because you had 60 bullets just flying at you and killing you in like 4 of them. So it was like you're going to hit 4 of them at some point. So I'm glad it has been nerfed over time. It's a pretty balanced gun these days, but the time to kill is still pretty quick, surprisingly. It's kind of hard to tell right now, guys, because the AUG kills you in literally 2 bursts, and those high time to kill guns really do suck the life out of a lot of these guns. But I'm telling you, the bruen is going to be meta once that goes down. It's going to be that, like, Nicky Mercs, you guys all know Nick Mercs. Like, this is his baby. He still runs it to this day in games, and it's a beast. So going in at Warzone meta, I don't think there's a better one. We have the MG34. No, this is the Fin. The Fin, guys. The Fin, I was so excited when this gun came out because it's the only one that ever had like those exterior like gas powered barrels on them. So it had a very interesting like thing to them. But if you put those gas powered barrels on it, the gun like just goes all over the place. The recoil is insane. So it's really not possible to run them with those. But if you just take those off, honestly, it's almost as accurate as the PKM. Like, honestly, I'd have to put them in the same territory. The time to kill is almost identical. And if you haven't tried these out next to each other, like, I'm telling you, I've made Fin videos and I've made PKM videos. They fall into the same exact category for me. Absolute laser beam, decent time to kill, but not the highest time to kill. So if you're looking to hit your shots and just looking for something to switch it up, Fin's very good as well. I have a couple videos on the channel if you guys want to know the build for it, because it does get a little tricky with those adverse barrels. So next one, we got the holger, whatever you want to call it. It reminds me of the coffee company. Oh, would not recommend. Honestly, like, it doesn't have a high time to kill. It has like a weird build. Like, it just feels like the ultimate LMG. Like, it's just clunky. It doesn't work well. There is some people that do like it, surprisingly. Like, I don't know why you really like it. It's one of the only ones I will say out of like the whole list. Like, I don't have a ton of time on the holger. It's one of my like more unknown ones, if you want to say it. But I have made videos on it, and it's honestly, I don't love it. Like, it's my least favorite one. It's just, my playstyle is push, push, push. And if you're not pushing, like, this gun is not meant for it. Like, you can get away with it some of the other LMGs. It's already tough enough as it is, and this one makes it even tougher. So, to me, would not recommend to a friend. Now we have the MG34. The OG right here. Going back to, if we played World at War, it was MG, was it still called the MG34 back then? It's MG something, but absolute like old school LMG. Looks like you should be posting it up on like a bunker and just spraying an entire army of people. This thing has a crazy fast fire rate, which makes it super hard to be accurate, and it's just as clunky as the holger. So in Warzone, I would never recommend this to anyone that's trying to get high kill games. Can you like troll and like have some fun with it every once in a while? Yeah, I guess so, but realistically at the end of the day, that's not it, guys. So next, we have the Stoner 63, guys. So the Stoner 63 is one of the really good weapons that came out of Cold War that people just really sleep on, guys. I have a TikTok out there, and I've had YouTube videos. I did like Nick Merckx's build on one of them, and my God, guys, this thing is Warzone meta. Like, it has a weird recoil pattern, but like you literally have to hit like 4 bullets and they die. Like, it's kind of into that like bruen area where it's like, that's a little too quick sometimes. If you guys haven't tested it out or leveled it, I'm telling you, when these nerfs goes through to the AUG, every gun's going to become viable again. And these LMGs, don't sleep on them, guys. They're very, very good. And the Stoner is right there. Like I said, the recoil can get a little funky on it, but whew, it's a beam. Like, you just die in like 3 bullets. No joke. So, RPD. People from my chat are going to be pissed at me, but I'm putting it viable. There's a lot of people that have asked me to make RPD videos, and honestly, I don't like it as ground loot. I don't like when I have put attachments on it. I really just don't love it. It's definitely viable though. Like, it does enough damage. It has a fast enough fire rate. Like, it isn't like a weird gun by any means. It's a little clunky, but I just can't get myself to wrap my head around using it. Hey, it's a throwback to Call of Duty 4. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong on that. But it just ain't it, guys. It really isn't. I mean, it's not the worst gun to get on ground loot, but like, why would I want my gun to feel almost identical as the ground loot one when I put attachments on it? Like, it doesn't feel great. So there's some people trying to make it a meta and it was secret buffed out there. It hasn't been. Don't let people troll you and fall into that. So next we got the M60, right? Yeah, the M60. The gun that was really fun to use back in the Black Ops days. Like, it was really strong. But since it came out in Cold War, man, it has one of the, I'm honestly going to put it as like the worst one. The M60 has such a weird fire rate that it's just not, it's not meant for Warzone. Like, it's like the Odin on steroids fire rate wise, and it just doesn't do enough damage. Like, the damage would have to be like ×2 for it to be somewhat viable. And I would not recommend that to any friends out there. So don't use it, straight up. The SA-87. SA-87, one of my favorite ground loot weapons, to be honest. Has a great iron sight and a pretty good time to kill when it's been on the ground loot. It hasn't been on the ground loot in a while, but really fun. Like, I honestly loved when it was ground loot. At the end of the day, though, like, it doesn't have a big mag, so it doesn't really fall into, it feels like an AR at the end of the day. It doesn't have like a giant mag like some of these other ones, like the PKM, where you can put 200 rounds on it. I think the biggest this one goes is 50 or 60, and I just personally don't love it. I think it can be viable at times, but I would not recommend it, especially with these other guns. I would just pick every one of these over this at the end of the day. It is pretty low recoil when you put your attachments on it, but I'm going to pass on this one. The, what is this? The M91? Last but not least, M91. So I've actually made a couple videos on this, and it was one of the videos that actually like kind of got my channel going a little bit, like early on. I remember probably back in, I want to say it was like September, October, is like right when my channel started climbing. This video was one of my first ones to get like 1,000 views. So honestly have a little soft spot for this gun, but at the end of the day, I would just put it at viable. It has like a weird up and down recoil, kind of like the Kilo. Like it kind of stays in the same spot, but just kind of goes up and down. It's okay. It's okay at the best. Decent fire rate. Decent time to kill if you hit a headshot or sneak one in because like it has that Kilo bounce. It's okay. But at the end of the day, are you going to run it? No, probably not. I'd probably put it in do not recommend, but I'm going to put it at viable because I have a little soft spot for it. But that's going to be about it for me today, guys. The only thing I might change looking at it now is maybe if I'm putting these ones here, maybe I'll put the holger up here. But other than that, I wouldn't put this in any other order. The Warzone meta is definitely the bruen. The bruen's the best one, I believe. This may be changed if there is some kind of any sort of buff to like the AG suppressor or the barrels or whatnot to the stoner. We'll see what ends up happening with that Cold War weapons because we're all expecting like, is the Krig ever going to be viable? Or any of these guns going to be viable? I don't know. If they make any kind of change to it, though, that stoner is going to actually make a push up it. So, other than that, guys, I do appreciate everyone that did stop in today for the video. If you guys did enjoy another Tier List Tuesday, make sure you guys do drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment below, guys, where your favorite LMG fell on the list. I want to know what you guys thought about my list today, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you for anyone that does watch the videos. Like, I seriously cannot say it enough. Thank you for taking care of me. I'll take care of you guys. Ask me what you guys want. I appreciate y'all. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and peace out.